Hello guys, I know it's been a while. Welcome back to another episode on Jaxon's political discussions here. Sorry it's been a while. Been busy, but I am doing an exclusive video today. Not a federal election video. A premiere video. All the premiers of Canada explained. And the Prime Minister. Alright, so. The Prime Minister, as you all know, is Mark Joseph Carney. He's been appointed Prime Minister on March 14th, 2025. Then won the election on April 28th, 2025 in a minority government. He only just started politics, and his seat is Neopen, which he was elected to on April 28th. That is Mark Carney. He is from the territories. He married Diana Fox Carney, a climate change whatever lady. She's from the United Kingdom. Mark Carney is the 24th Prime Minister. Next up is Ontario's Doug Ford. He's a PC or a Liberal. I'm joking, guys. He's a PC, but a red Tory. How about that? Served as the 26th Premier of Ontario. He's been in office for 7 years. He got a majority in the 2018, 2022, and 2025 elections. He is married as well. And his wife's name is Carla. Widely controversial dude. Next up is Quebec. So Quebec's Premier François Legault serves as the 32nd Premier or Prime Minister. That's what they like to call it. I don't know if they think they're a country or what. He's a coalition Avenir Quebec, which is a right-wing party. Very low approval rating for François. I believe last one in September, he approved 26% approval rating. He might win a couple seats, if that, but in 2026. But he was elected in 2018, 2022, and 2022, and he's running again in 2026. And he's married to someone named Isabel. He was in politics for 14 years. Alright, next we move over to Nova Scotia, my neighbor province. Kinda, just go down a bit of water, then you're there. Swim over. Alright, so he's the Premier of Nova Scotia's Tim Houston. He is a PC. He's the 30th Premier of Nova Scotia. He won in 2021 and re-elected in 2024. Tim is the second most popular Premier of Nova Scotia as of the last poll. Pretty well liked dude, I got to say. He won many of seats, big majority. He was in politics since 2013, so a while now. And his wife's name is Carol, and he got 2 children. So that's a bit about him. A widely popular man. Alright, next up, move down to New Brunswick. Third premier is Susan Holt. She's a liberal. She's quite well liked, apparently, quite popular. She was elected last year in the 2024 election. She's the 35th premier and she's a liberal. She won a pretty big majority in 2024, beating out the former premier Blaine Higgs, and he even lost his own riding. And that's about him, about Blaine, but we're talking about Susan. So, Susan also was in politics for not too long compared to Tim Houston. She's been in for 2 years. She was premier for 1 year. She's married to John Holt and got 3 children. And she's from Fredericton. Alright, next up is the most popular premier, Wab Kinew. He's an Indigenous premier. He's one of the, I believe, 2 Indigenous premiers. I'm not sure. I believe it's 2. He's the 25th premier of Manitoba. He's an NDP. And he won a majority in the 2023 election, knocking off PC outgoing premier, Mrs. I can't pronounce her name, but to be honest, but Stefansson. Wab Kinew, yeah, a pretty popular guy. I believe he is the youngest premier, possibly, and he's married to someone named Lisa and got 3 children. Alright, next up, David Eby. He hates pipelines. I'll go first off to say he hates pipelines. But Carney's no good with it either. Yeah, David Eby, definitely the most controversial, probably, at this point of time, with the exception of France Way. Although Daniel Smith's quite controversial for some odd reason, guys. David Eby's the 37th premier of BC. He's an NDP, non-surprisingly. He was appointed in 2022 in a leadership when the former premier of BC resigned, and he won the 2024 election. Quite a tight one, but he won. He got 47 seats. Conservatives got 44. But I think the Green made a coalition out of it. All that tangly stuff. David Eby is from BC, but he's originally from Kitchener. Kitchener is where he originates from. He was in politics since 2013. He is married to someone named Kaylee and got 3 children. Alright, next up, guys, is Rob Lance. Not going to be the premier for much longer, apparently. He's the interim leader of the PC party. Apparently they're doing a leadership and he don't want to run for it. But oh well. He's the 34th premier. He's a PC. And he took office in February when Dennis King resigned. And was appointed by his colleagues. They don't vote. Rob Lance, basically, he's just a premier there, kind of thing. Temporarily, it seems like. Don't want to be there any longer, really, for too long. He was in politics for 10 years. He used to be the leader of the PC party there. He's married to Kelly and got 2 children. and lives in Charlottetown. Next up is Saskatchewan Scott Moe. He's the 15th Premier there. And he was there, allowed to serve it, I believe, there for 7 years. He is part of the Saskatchewan Party, which is a conservative party, not surprisingly. He was appointed in 2018 when the former premier stepped down, and he won the 2024 election and the 2020 election. He won in a landslide in the 2021. So, Scott Moe is, I think he's in the middle of well like to dislike. He's married to Krista and got 2 children. Alright, next up is Danielle Smith. A bit of a controversial figure. I'm a conservative, I don't mind her. But a bit of a controversial figure. She's the 19th Premier of Alberta. And she's the UCP, the United Conservative Party, which probably might be the most right party out of all the premiers. She does align with, I guess, the Conservatives, but she's probably a bit more right than them. Also, she was appointed 2022. Once Jason Kenney stepped down, she won the 2023 election also. She was married twice. She lives in High River. She's married to David Moret. She was in politics for 16 years, but served as the leader of the Wild Rose Party. Next up is Tony Wakem, my premier. I know him pretty well, you know. I volunteered with the PCs at the provincial election. I know him quite personally from that. Very good guy. Very highly educated. Doing a good job for NL. He's the 16th Premier. He was in office. He won the October 14th NL provincial election with a majority. With 21 seats. And the Liberals got 15. Anyways, I'm going off track. I know a lot about it. He is from Lucentia, Newfoundland. He lives in Kippets at the moment. And he's married to Patricia. And he got 2 children. Which I know. Yeah. That's what I don't even need to look at notes for. But yeah, he's a PC. He's doing good for our oil. Yeah, alright. Next is the Premier of Northwest Territories. He don't have a party. It's a consensus government. So they're so small there. They have consensus governments. Which typically means nonpartisan. He's the 14th Premier of Northwest Territories. And he was appointed during the 2023 election. They vote for who the MLAs vote for who they want as Premier. Whoever wants to be, kind of like the Speaker election, more or less. I don't know that much about him, to be completely frank. Next up is the newest Premier, Curry Dixon. He's the 12th Premier of Yukon. He's been in office for 5 days. He is a part of the Yukon Party, which is a conservative party, frankly. Curry is married to someone named Brittany, and he's the first and only Premier of Yukon to be from Yukon. The Yukon Party is a center-right party. Alright, next up is Premier of Nunavut, John Mayne. He's the 7th Premier of Nunavut. Once again, they're so small, so they have a non-consensus government, non-partisan. He was in for 7 days. He was appointed as Premier, obviously. Same thing about Northwest Territories. Someone runs, then there's a secret ballot between the MLAs, and they vote for who they want to be as Premier. Kind of like the Speaker election. Alright, guys, so that's all the First Ministers of NL. I hope you enjoyed it. And see ya. Bye.